Now that they know for 100% who God's real chosen people are, they pissed.
Y'all excuse my energy right now, but I'm you know what I'm saying? This was a vivid one where I walked in this energy.
NATO finally warning citizens to get prepared. Let's see what the Admiral has to say.
Organizations. What hasn't happened is in our societies the understanding that it is more than the military.
Last night I had a vision of where I saw demons. I saw the demons cheering. I saw a swarm of demons about a mile long, even further as the eye could see, man. Crowds and crowds and swarms of demons cheering.
So the National Guard is most definitely being deployed in different states in preparation for the solar eclipse, which is very strange. Very, very, very strange. But it's fact check. It's happening.
And off in the distance, I saw something they were carrying. These demons were cheering, and they were carrying a giant casket above their head, you know. This casket, I still don't know who this is because we're not allowed to see.
My name is Clara and I am a particle physicist working on the Atlas experiment at CERN on April the 8th. And it's the same thing that happens every year. It just happens to coincide with an astronomical event. That's what's happening on April 8th. Have you heard?
But I saw the demons cheering, y'all. And they were toting this casket. Eloi, my God. I saw the demons toting this casket above their head. And they were cheering. This casket was the beast inside of this casket. These demons were pushing this casket, toting it head to head, passing it along. Up forward, I looked up and I saw a portal.
A portal here is just artistic license. It's not an actual description. The other reason that you may have heard that portals are being created is because our detectors do sometimes look like a Stargate.
Which to me appears to be CERN. Okay? That's the closest thing I can think of.
With the Large Hadron Collider. So you may have seen articles like this one that talk about the Higgs boson, for example, being a portal to the dark sector to understand what dark matter is. But what that means is we hope that the Higgs boson can help us to understand what dark matter is if it's a particle.
Because they've done nothing but try to find the God particle but been studying black matter. Black matter is also dark mother. Initial BM, and if we reverse this being MB, we see Mystery Babylon. Darkness, which is ignorance, as they still don't understand dark matter.
Looked like sixes swirling. Portal was opening. I saw 18 on it. The 18 started spinning so fast that the 8 turned into infinity, and the line of the 1 turned into a circle around the 8.
Photons in the Large Hadron Collider at CERN are traveling at 99.9999991% of the speed of light. The Large Hadron Collider is 27 kilometers in circumference, and they go round each time about 11,000 times per second.
Why would they want to do this on the eclipse? I have no idea, but this is super safe, but we're talking about protons colliding, the potential of having a big bang.
So for an average run of about 12 hours for the Large Hadron Collider, that means that the protons themselves travel about 12 billion kilometers. That is enough to be able to travel all the way out to the planet Neptune and return.
Not to mention how weird it is that this is located in the territory of St. Genus Poli in Switzerland. Now, in times, this town was dedicated to this thing called a polygon. This is the destroyer of worlds. Something might come through the dimensional doors at LHC, Large Hadron Collider, and out of this door something might come. Or we may just send something through the door.
As this portal was opening, I saw the demons cheering, toting their king up into our world. Y'all understand what I'm telling y'all?
See, this is where the truth begins to come out. Right or wrong, y'all. I just made a video about the people in Europe destroying the Bible simply because they know that all the disciples, all the angels, and Jesus, and God is black. And now 5 states, all white people, burning the Bible. Whew. This is some deep stuff here. I mean, let me tell you something. This has to be deep-seated, rooted evil and hatred for American citizens to turn on God and burn the Bible simply because he was black.
So my interpretation, they're trying to open up a portal so that way they can try and kill God inside of all of us.
To operate in a conflict.
Oh, so you're talking about citizens, right, Admiral?
The whole of society that will get involved, whether we like it or not. That realization, we didn't talk about that much a year ago. If you look back the last year, what has happened in our alliance with regard to the battle groups that we set up. If you look back to the training, the fact that we now have steadfast defender with 90,000 troops, that is a record number.
Now, he's talking about Operation Steadfast, and it's simulation, rehearsing how U.S. troops could reinforce European ally countries bordering Russia and the alliance's eastern flank if a conflict were to flare up.
People find
the Bible fulfilling itself, man. Separating the wheat from the chaff. Right here, think about this. Think about this. You got 5 states worth of white people burning Bibles, turning on God. You got Europe turning on God. China turning on God. Right? Everybody's turning against the black community.
It is surprised and as a result buy a radio on batteries. That is great. It is part of the package that the Swedish government is talking about. You need to have water, you need to have a radio on batteries, and you need to have a flashlight on batteries to make sure that you can survive the first 36 hours. Things like that. That's simple things. But it starts there. The realization that not everything is plannable, not everything is going to be honky-dory in the next 20 years.
At the same time, I saw the angels. Yeah. The angels were up high. They were pacing back and forth, y'all. They was picking up their armor. They was ready for war. They was picking up their armor ready for war.
But the Lord promised us that that would not happen. So if that is the case, then we need to do what the Bible says and we need to do what the Quran says and let them do it. As both have declared, let the people who do evil continue to do evil. And those who do evil are the world leaders, being the religious leaders and the political leaders, which both are operating this at CERN.
Before he could do that, Jahannam was presented, and our Prophet went back because he could feel or he could see the Jahannam. So he took a step back, and in that khutbah, he said to the Sahaba, لو تعلمون ما أعلم, if you know what I know, لضحكتم قليلا ولا بكيتم كثيرا. You would laugh very little and you would weep very much. And when he said this, the Sahaba, they began weeping, the entire masjid, so much so that the masjid was overcome with sobs.
And I saw the saints, man. I heard the saints saying this over and over. Whoa, whoa, whoa. The angels were beating their chest. They're getting ready for this war. They're just getting ready to spill onto our physical realm.
Operation since the 80s. And he says 20 years.
They are declaring war on God, which is basically in the Norse term, Ragnarok. Rag being RGB, being how all light comes into existence. And if you look closely, CERN backwards is Narak. If you believe in God anywhere in the world, then we all know how this ends. So if they want to declare war with God, I say let them. Because as it's always been written in the stars, we already won. Prepare for Judgment Day for the world leaders. And peace on earth for God's children. So mote it be.